gosh. Muffin's experience has a level of time. The little spikes can take extra damage.
But he makes it through.
Wow. Don't save anywhere for it.
Oh! Muffin! Oh, Wilson! Wilson! What are you doing? No! What are you doing?
No, still. Oh, freeze! Oh, I'm saving him again!
Guys, I hope he remembers that top left keystone, because that's dash, that's huge.
Oh, he forgot it! He doesn't remember. Oh, no!
Hello there, everybody. It is Rory time. We have a doubles match coming to you from the round of 8, the quarterfinals of the Randomizer tournament. It's going to be Team Skillless, composed of Roryrai and Meldon, up against Team City Escape. That's Trojandude and Cutieroo1. Talking through this one, I'm Sigma, and I'm joined by Shed. How's it going, dude?
What's up, Sig?
You know, not much. I got my cup of tea. I'm ready to kick back and hopefully not see a double dip Horu.
You know, I almost kind of want to see that. It's not as bad in doubles either, because you got two people who can go look throughout the world. You know, if you have to do that faster.
That's true. Going to Horu is spooky in doubles, though, because there's always like, man, what if they check the Gumon seal or something running through the back of your mind? Well, not really, because, I mean, nobody checks the Gumon seal, right?
Supposedly. I haven't actually, you know, that's a good point. I haven't seen a Gumon seal check in a very, very long time.
You have to stretch back to, like, limit keys or some very terrible clues seed. Because, I mean, the reason you don't see it is it's just the slowest pickup in the world, right? So, if it's a shard, there's another shard that you can find somewhere else, and the only way you actually ever want to go there is if you know it's that the clue is pointing you directly to it.
All right, as far as this matchup goes, though, we got, as you said, Team Skillless, Roryrai and Meldon versus Team City Escape, Trojandude and Rue. How are you thinking that this race is going to turn out?
Man, this one is kind of hard to call. Could go to either team depending on what kind of different checks they would potentially go for, but I think that maybe I would favor Rory and Meldon a little bit. We kind of have, you know, in execution terms, like just in pure speed running skill or experience with the game, Rory and Meldon are pretty close and like pretty even. Trojan maybe has a little bit of an edge, at least in terms of all skills, but Rory and Meldon are like super good at the randomizer. They have done a lot of work for organizing the tournament. They're arguably the driving forces behind why we even have a randomizer tournament, and they've both played a lot. They played as a duo in the last year's tournament as well and did very well. So yeah, I think it'll favor them unless Trojan and Rue are able to check some kind of weird out of the way pickup that Meldon and Rory don't go and like make a point of getting and find some skill from it and just snowball it from there. But I mean, it could also just be like some super jet seed and like one person takes a bad death and that's current. So we'll have to see how it shapes up, but
you know,
it should be fun.
I think even just a couple weeks ago, I probably would have agreed with you that Meldon and Rory would probably take this race, but we have seen Trojan and Cutie both improve a lot over the course of this tournament. Like, Cutie is not especially known for being a very high caliber runner. She doesn't have the best all skills time, but she has been doing quite well in terms of execution in general and routing in doubles, of course. That just their team has been doing way better than maybe some of us would have expected them to do coming in. So I think this might, like, I give the slight edge to Skillless. The very slight, though. I think this actually could be a very, very close matchup.
Yeah. I think another thing to point out is Trojan has a lot of rando experience outside of Ori Rando. He's played, you know, in the Link to the Past rando tournaments before, which can be pretty powerful because I would say that the routing and like the gambles and all the kind of decision making in that game is like a lot more ironed out than how it goes in Ori. So he has that kind of experience backing him up when like deciding whether to make a play or not.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, looks like we've got the small amount of problems we had in the background fixed up, and we will be getting them kicked off for you very soon. Let's go.
Yep. So, all right, Shed.
Oh
First
man,
skill that we find. What's it gonna
first
be?
skill. Ooh. I see. I could be boring here because I know the probable answer is wall jump, but that's like I said, that's boring. Let's do. I'm gonna say the first skill is glide.
All right, I'm gonna go with Oshi from the truck and say that our first skill is 23 experience. Good call, Oshi.
That's my favorite skill. Looks like our first pickup is just a keystone. All well and good. If we find another one of those, we'll be able to head left into glades. If we find some sort of wall interaction, we could see a split from both of these teams. Very common in doubles.
Yeah, it's very desirable to split up Blackroot because it's, in singles you'll see people do Blackroot all the time, or it's painfully slow, and if you need the progression from there, it's really nice to do it since you can completely clear it. But it speeds up a lot if you get Bash Grenade, for example, or even just Bash or Charge Jump to skip some of the cycles. So you really want in doubles to have only one person go to Blackroot, and it's just kind of screaming at you as an obvious split. I think we do have 2 keystones now, though, so chances are everybody's going to left glades because we don't have any way to actually get into Blackroot yet. We need to be able to jump on walls or something like that.
That said, there are still 2 pickups to get before that is the forced option. So could get something like a skill, could get a teleporter. So plenty of options.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, the teleporter starts are always hilarious. Send somebody off the swamp with no skills, and the other person explores left glades. But in this case, I think it's very likely all 4 runners are going into left glades, and we'll see kind of minor split ups in the form of somebody maybe going around a wall jump, somebody going down to the tree kind of thing. But it kind of depends on where the mapstone is and where the first kind of wall interaction or useful skill of any sort is going to be.
Looks like we didn't find anything of particular interest in these other 2 pickups. Another keystone's always nice, and some XP can be nice. So the prediction of everyone heading left is in fact correct, and they will be doing exactly that.
Yep. There's no opportunity to split up and communicate stuff. Oh man, clean water. Okay. Now you can send one person back to go swimming. It looks like Trojan is going to. Meldon's doing it a little bit more efficient way. Oh,
Meldon and Rory aren't splitting up. They're both going back for this clean water pickup, and it's wall jump, so they are very glad they did so.
Huh, that is kind of interesting that they didn't split that. But I guess, if it is wall jump like this, then it's really, really annoying to go all the way back. Trojan gets that information now, so Rue's pretty much just gonna have to turn around right away and do it. Although she could get the wall jump tree. It'll be horrible if she needs to go back for the energy cell later, but that's not super likely, I suppose.
Yeah, not incredibly. I mean, obviously, the play that Meldon and Rory did where they both went back for it is paying off quite well for them because they now both have it and get to split up even more very early. But it's honestly not terrible that Cutie will have to go back for that because it's just like you said, there's a couple pickups here that she's going to have to skip, but the likelihood that the progression is here with the skill set that they have and the number of keystones and such is pretty low.
Yeah, that's right. One thing she did do is she went and picked up the 15 experience below the spinning spike arms, and that was a keystone, which is nice to have, but she might have to walk all the way back over there later to pick that stuff up again. Oh, Stomp is hanging out on the wall jump tree. That's pretty cool.
Oh boy. Not particularly insanely useful right now, but it's a good combat ability and will be very nice to have later on. I mean, it being at the tree means literally everyone is going to get that very quickly, so it's not a huge advantage to have it this early.
Yeah, the nice thing for Rue is here she can go get wall jump, and then I think it would make a lot of sense for her to just do Blackroot right now. And doing Blackroot with Stomp is nice both because you can annihilate the slimes and also because you can open the floor on the way down to Light Grenade as you go past, which eliminates a cutscene at the Blackroot teleporter, which is very nice.
You could even go all the way down into Gumo Sided if you feel like it, but
oh, that's true.
Okay, so Meldon, having wall jump when he came down here to the wall jump tree, actually found a water vein shard that Team City Escape was not able to get, and then took a rather unfortunate death and went all the way back up into Spirit Caverns. It's just time loss. He's gonna have to go around again anyway because there's a water vein shard which you can't leave behind. That's just unfortunate. Oh, he still has to do this too. Ouch.
Yeah, he didn't get to see the map's fragment either up there, so he will have to retread all of that ground, which kind of sucks. But you know, that's how the early game of Rory can go. When you're sitting at 1 energy, you can't make many saves. You don't want to slow down. Like, his death there was honestly because he was trying to like cut corners and jump through spikes as he was killing them, and he did not quite kill them.
It actually has 2 energy right now. There was an extra energy cell up in Spirit Caverns. That's kind of an interesting decision for the other team player to make, is that the energy cell was the only thing of real interest in Spirit Caverns, and do you want to go up and get that? Because it might be required. It's probably not, but it might be. And 2 energy is really nice, but that is kind of long.
Yeah. So that death from Meldon will probably mean that Trojan and Rue are just in the lead for the time being, but I think that Meldon and Rory have done a bit of a better job splitting here, because Rory is almost already done Blackroot, so Meldon will know very soon if the better play for him is to continue out the top of Spirit Caverns or go to Blackroot, and it's going to be to go to Blackroot because Dash is on the Dash tree.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, there we go. Vanilla Dash. We go and zoom. Yo, you know, that's Dash and Stomp already. Which means, if I'm not mistaken, Grenade Tree is a possibility already.
Yeah, that's right. Grenade Tree, as well as using the Stomp Pig to get to the Moon Grotto area down to the double jump tree potentially. So there's a lot that's open. Somewhere there, I mean, their area to search in is kind of small still. Notably, we have seen other seeds in the tournament where this kind of progression shows up early, and then something ends up actually being in the lower Blackroot, past the lasers down to the right. So we'll see if somebody checks over there. This Meldon and Rory are going to do a bit of a flip-flop. Oh man, Meldon's going to block.
We got something interesting here. Meldon's noticing that his experience is right where you kind of want it to be for a Frankie Walk, is deciding, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Let me open this door while it's convenient to do so with the sequence break in case I want to take it later. A very smart decision. I also like how Rory didn't continue downwards in Blackroot and Alt-R to go collect his Stomp. That way, when he does go down in Blackroot, he can do all of it down there instead of having to leave. There we go. A nice Frankie Walk for Meldon.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Meldon follows through on this, or if he just leaves the door open and says that's good enough. I think he really would want Dash ASAP.
Oh yeah.
So I
honestly think that was more he noticed his XP was convenient to do it now. You don't want to have it get screwed up by some random pickup elsewhere, some XP pickup. So let's just get this door open for later.
Yeah. The one problem with it is I don't know how much it really helps them split up anyways in this situation, because they could already get to Grotto by using the Stomp Peg. So he did just spend all that time walking with Frankie, and he can, get to the Grotto teleporter in that upper area a bit better, but I feel like another opportunity to split up is going to present itself soon, so I'm not sure how good that time investment was, but if you are going to, want to take that path, then taking advantage of your experience to do it right then is the time for it, yeah.
All right, we got a bunch of people in Blackroot right now. Both of Team City Escape are getting it done at the moment. Interesting that they're both in here right now, actually, since they don't know that Dash is on that tree. It'll pay off for them since they'll both get it, but they didn't split up. They're both in here, just wanting to get it out of the way now. Rory is going down to Wall Jump Tree to collect his Stomp, and of course the tree as well.
Yeah, and then he'll probably be able to go to Light Grenade or go to the Boulder Escape area at that point, because Meldon will still be finishing up Blackroot. Trojan and Rue are about to get their Dash, and we'll see where they go from here. They could honestly go one person to Grenade, one person to Grotto. And I'm not sure, their Keystone count is looking maybe a little grim still, so I don't think the top of Spirit Caverns is an option yet for anybody.
Yeah, very good point. I can't read the Keystones incredibly well, but it does look like they don't actually have enough to do that yet.
Yep, so now dash
Oh
has
boy.
been found for Trojandude12, so they have that.
We have everyone in Blackroot right now.
Everybody wants dash, dude. Interesting.
important.
Rue checked this ability cell and got an ability cell out of it, and now Trojan's gonna go get it. So I guess getting that to get to C dash actually does make sense, because that is a very important ability when you don't have other ways to break plants.
We forgot to open this door. Oops. There
Yeah,
we go.
that'll happen. Okay, so after all of this, we see it shake out. Everybody's done, I think, pretty similar stuff. Cutieroo is a step ahead of Rory, but I think Rory has maybe done a couple more checks because he has another keystone. Meldon's a little bit behind Trojandude, just kind of owing to that earlier death, basically. And everybody is going to the Boulder Escape together.
Alright, I think we do have enough keystones now to go ahead into Valley Entry up through Spirit Caverns. Rory actually, by the way, did not glitch the boulder. His Frankie is dead, but that doesn't matter because he's got Stomp.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can see, like, Rue was in the boulder section ahead of Rory, but now Rory's the one who's checked more, because you save a fair chunk of time by not glitching that boulder if you don't have to do it. So it's good for Rory to realize that he didn't have to do it. And, oh my god.
Oh.
Gonna go to Light Grenade, but takes death. This laser spawns as soon as you dip below the floor, so I guess he dipped below the floor when he stomped it the first time. That's why it was off cycle there. Rue's gonna go down there too.
Yeah? This is kind of exactly what we expected, to see someone head down to Light Grenade this early. It's a good decision. You get to check the tree, you get to check, can you check all the... No, you can only check like one thing down here, but, I mean, if there's something important on the tree, then you would want to know right now.
Yeah, actually getting to this experience orb to the right is super hard with their skills when they don't have air dash or charge dash yet, and they can't go willy-nilly spending their points on air dash. Oh, well, okay, never mind. Rory has it. I still am not sure if that's enough to get over there. He's just going to head directly into that Light Grenade cutscene. See where Meldon goes from here. He already has the Frankie Walk door open, so he could, go to Grotto down through here, or he could just alt-R and go through the Death Gauntlet.
I think heading through Death Gauntlet is technically like a slightly more pickup efficient thing. Although
Yeah.
he can also just go through here and then go through up there later. That's also fine. To note, we found our second Gumon Seal shard at the long pickup in Left Grotto for Trojan. That is probably not going to matter, but it could, depending on how mean the randomizer has decided to be today.
Alright, so there's the nice thing for Meldon. There was a map stone in the boulder below, the boulder escape area. You have to stomp the boulder to get that. And if you want to get back up, you have to then, annoyingly teleport all the way back. But he can just take it and then use the fact that his Death Gauntlet door is open to go down here.
He had a little bit of trouble with Death Gauntlet there, but got a lucky level up, which is always great. Ooh, hello, Glide.
That's pretty nice to have. I don't think Rue and Trojan will take long to find that. It's just kind of going to be a nice thing for them to have in this seed because it makes the left side so much easier.
Yeah, they don't really need it yet, per se. Meldon's also found his 4th energy cell. That's always nice. That also... Well, I guess he found that in the Death Gauntlet, so you can't use that to open the Death Gauntlet, but 4 energy is still always nice to have.
Yeah, so the area Meldon is going through is technically still out of logic because they don't have any way up here aside from that Frankie Walk just yet. Rory is checking around the Charged Flame tree to see if there's something there. Rue is heading up there as well. So Trojan is clearing out some more in-logic pickups down in Moon Grotto, so, one of the sides is going to find something. Charged Flame seems like a pretty likely candidate, and, potentially whoever finds it is just going to have their partner not bother and just use Charge Dash, because they're all getting pretty close to having that leveled.
Very, very good point. This area Trojan's in is like... It's a little bit terrible to be in right now because you don't have like charge jump or double jump or any sort of verticality really. So there's a couple pickups you just have to skip. But if you don't find anything down here, you can have your partner put this area off until you do have something like that. And then they can check that when they come down here. So it's not as terrible in doubles as it would be in a single seed. It still just kind of sucks to go through this area and know you're leaving stuff behind.
Yeah. Oshi brings up a really good point. Trojan has managed to find nothing super exciting in left grotto, but he did get up to 4 in logic energy. So now Meldon's trip through the Death Gauntlet to find nothing exciting but more energy is now
and glide.
A-okay. Oh yeah, and glide. Not that that does anything for us yet.
No.
Rue is making her way through the Valiant tree for a very slow pickup on the top of these trees. Does battle with a bird and will now be able to jump and dash over.
The hardest part.
If she gets a dash glide, it's fairly easy, but you know, this kind of like if you miss, you fall forever. Oh, she has air dash. Never mind. Okay.
Easy. And it was nothing, of course, because why would it ever be anything?
Yeah. Oh, Trojan has charge dash, and he's putting it to good use there in that rocket jump to grab the pickup in front of the double jump tree. So vanilla double jump. That's 2 vanilla skills so far.
Rigged. Double jump is kind of exactly what these players are looking for at this moment. It's verticality. It's better navigation through the areas that they are in and have to go to soon. It's useful. It's comfy. It's a great skill. Only thing you're looking for now, I guess, would be blue wall breakage, left side access. I guess you have stomp. That's left side access in a way.
Sort of, yeah. And I mean, there's clearly been enough ability points around. Trojan already has charge dash. I'm pretty sure everybody else is already at least at air dash, so they're close to be able to just, you know, ignore that charge flame or grenade requirement and just start using that to break things. Plus, since they have stomp, they can refund them all, so it's pretty good. But bad news for Rory and Cutie is, I don't think they had charge dash because they didn't have the dense, you know, experience and ability cells from Grotto, and thus they must follow their partners.
Yep. So the splitting up is falling down, I suppose. We can't really split up as well anymore. Seeing Trojan is headed into the Death Gauntlet, finding his newfound 4th energy to head that direction as well. Get his teleporter and probably head up from here with his double jump.
That would make sense. There's a couple things that he didn't do on left grotto, but it feels like it makes sense at this point to have the second person to go into grotto.
Exactly.
Get double jump first, then check that. Unfortunately for Meldon and Rory, because they're so close in this section, Rory is already checking left grotto and takes a bit of a death there. He's gonna have to wait for these vertical crushers again if he wants the stuff down here. He won't know about double jump until like after he's already checked half the stuff over here, and then he'll be like, oh, but there's more.
Did Meldon not check these, or are there pickups down here that Rory wants?
I'm pretty sure Meldon did this. I think there must be just something he wants down here. It's potentially energy, because
that's a good point.
You know, they kind of need that for energy to their knowledge right now.
And having the more energy, the merrier when you have dash, of course. There, Meldon found his double jump. Rory will be excited to hear that he's pretty close to it.
Yeah, that's right. So I think Trojan is really the player to watch right now. He's progressed the furthest through this seed, having double jump already, and now exploring Hollow Grove. Well, you can watch him in, 15 seconds once this cutscene is done.
Where's Meldon heading next? I think he's going to the Grotto Teleporter. He's probably following behind Trojan right now, actually, I would suspect.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think there's any new trees that can be accessed by anybody right now, so all they can do is go for dense picks up. It looks like Meldon is going to use double jump on left grotto here. Since Rory has already committed the time to check kind of the same things that Meldon checked there, one or the other of them is going to do that, and grotto is super dense, so it's nice to just do it when you can. And then Rory will probably head up to Grove unless Meldon finds something amazing down in left grotto, and then Rory will just be following along for a bit. But that's how it goes. And Trojan picks up Charge Flame on the Horror Field's health cell, which is not terrible to get with Stomp, and that's useless because you already have Charge Dash, but it's, I guess, kind of nice.
I mean, that means now you know that all of the stuff you're breaking that's blue is in logic to break and check. He's also being incredibly thorough in this area, which makes a lot of sense. It is doubles. You want to be as thorough as you can, find those shards and everything. And you're not losing as much time as normal. But we even saw him open the path to the butter cell. Just like all these pickups that are so like long to check, and he's still just going to check them because of all those reasons. Speaking of, hello, Sunstone Shard number 1.
Yeah, there it is.
The water spider area.
That one's not so bad because it's kind of just on your way going left. And he has not. I mean, nobody's been to the spider sack area yet. Oh, Meldon picks up a water vein shard number 2 on the plant at Iceless. Did Trojan not check that? Was he maybe short on energy? No, never mind. It's on their tracker. He checked it.
Okay. Good.
What? Maybe he missed it, actually. I don't know what's going on. They might have a second one from somewhere else. Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
Seeing Meldon in the top right is following in the footsteps of Trojan, who's been through this area already in the bottom right. I don't know exactly where Trojan is going right now. Maybe the dash plant? An interesting one off to check right now. Cutie is advancing through Grotto, doing some cleanup that she wasn't able to do before, now that she has double jump. Rory in the top left is heading through the upper parts of Grotto up to Grove, following his partner Meldon a little bit, maybe even heading right into the Swamp Loop. That would be a good split for their team, I believe.
Yeah. It is pretty interesting that Trojan's doing the dash plant now. It feels like there's a lot more dense things to go for, but you know, we've seen Trojan and Rue kind of prioritize these less efficient one-off checks a little bit more. Like Rue did Valley Entrance all the way through, Trojan going for the dash plant when things remain unexplored in the Swamp Loop, for example. Just kind of like to check them off your list.
Yeah, that makes sense. We do have the report that we do in fact have found 3 water vein shards. We have a full water vein available. There is one at the energy cell in the spider sack area that Team Skillless has not found, and the iceless plant that Team City Escape has not found.
Oh man, Meldon's gonna check the dash plant.
Neither team wanting to leave it behind. That also could be a little bit of a metagame too. Trojan is kind of known for checking some strange one-offs sometimes. So Meldon's saying, well, if Trojan's going to check this, then I'm going to as well.
Rory's got himself into a bit of a situation here. He has this door closed behind him because he missed the cutscene skip, and then he tried to charge dash over to the ability cell, but couldn't make it. And it's going to be a little annoying. It doesn't really matter that the door is closed, though, because you might never need to use it again.
If you are super thorough in this area, then there's a very low chance you'll ever need to come back through here again. He tries for that cell again, is still missing it. It's not easy.
Yeah, the really annoying thing here is that as you can see, that top mortar worm will suck up your charge dash. He just kills it now. Oh, but he's short 1 energy. He can't make it.
Can you, like, rocket jump up to that? Can you, like, solve the mortar worm puzzle a little bit to get some enemies to spawn and rocket jump to it?
Yeah, you can. It's slightly slower than this, but I mean, it's a lot faster than this. The way that this now ended up for Rory, because, like, look, it keeps spawning. Like, he's gonna okay, he's had enough. He's out of there. He's not checking that.
We're done. Ooh, there's another Sunstone Shard. That's 2 for their team.
Was that 2 for them? Trojan found 1 in the water. I think that might be the first for Skillless.
You're right. That's 2 for us. We've seen 2 now.
Yeah, team commentary.
There we go.
We're almost in go mode, dude.
Oh man, we just need 1 more shard. No. In any case, Trojan should find that soon.
Yeah, he will.
He's right in that area. He's gonna be thorough.
Rue's dipping back down to left grotto. I know that Rory and Meldon checked that 2 energy door there. She's going up. I can't remember if anybody actually did the double jump block pickups on left grotto after having already picked up double jump. But
I think we saw Rue. I saw Rue down in that area with double jump. I'm not exactly sure which pickup she did and did not check.
I see. Well, Trojan does find that second Sunstone Shard, so now it makes sense for Rue, I think, to maybe follow him a little bit. I think first she's going to go to the Death Gauntlet and grab Collide, because that's just nice to have. And what's going on for Meldon and Rory? Rory's going to explore the main area of Grove, which we've seen a little bit from Trojan already, and Meldon is back in Grotto.
Doing some cleanup. He might be heading all the way down as well, because his team has not checked those couple pickups, although he might just be doing this Teeth Corridor, as it's nicknamed. Nope, he's going all the way down. All right, that makes sense.
All right, so whether or not anybody actually ever checked this left side, we'll see it from Meldon now. Rue gets Glide. Trojan's at the Ginso tree area, and did Meldon just pick up Water Vein Shard number 3 on that
Sure
left
did.
grotto plant?
So we've seen at least 4 of those water vein shards now, which makes me think that the seed is pointing them to the Ginso tree.
Yeah, I mean, plus we've seen 2 vanilla skills, so just like go to the bash tree, right? If you want bash.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, clearly.
Rory's gonna pick up the 4th Water Vein Shard for his team, which is only the 2nd in his inventory at that plant by Iceless. Oh god, Meldon got crushed. Okay, it wasn't that bad. He had a save right there. He's now going to be able to check this plant, which is the only thing down here they didn't know about. Just the health cell. Or he finds the Sunstone Shard, so we're even up on Sunstone Shards.
Yeah.
And Skullus has that full Water Vein.
I would not be shocked to see one of Team Skillless on the top, heading right to the Ginso tree right now. It's become... I mean, I want to call it a meme, but it's also just kind of true that an early Ginso tree has been rather important in the tournament, like, a lot.
Yeah, Ginso is incredibly powerful in shards, and especially in doubles. Like, a lot of the pain of Ginso in singles is that you can go to it and get some nice pickup density, but then you can't continue up past the bash tree, which is like kind of annoying. But like just getting that density on one of your players and then maybe eventually having somebody continue is an option to you, because a lot of the time like bash or charge jump is just in there, you know. I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
All right, are we seeing anything new from anyone right now?
Trojan Light Grenade.
Ooh, yes,
I think the experience orb by the Light Grenade has not been seen by anybody. Everybody else came down here for skills.
Yeah, so we'll see what that is. Just a keystone. All right, so no one's really going to be missing that pickup, but we are seeing Rory doing the casual path to the Death Gauntlet roof. Finds nothing. Unfortunate. But this is a check they'll be glad to have off of their list. You can also check this door while he's here. And this looks like Meldon is heading to the Ginso tree like we expected.
Yeah, he was full up on that Water Vein as well. I think Rory still needs to find one shard. So Rue is in the main area of Grove, and she did not check the Iceless plant either, but she's heading back that way. So maybe it's, you know, on their mind.
Please check it. Nope.
Oh no. The fire cell instead.
This might be a case of, I've been through that area. Don't worry, I've checked it. Which is super unfortunate and happens to everyone at some point. You just check entire areas off of your mental list and then you never go back.
Alright, so Rory is
Whoa! Hello, Bash!
in the Ginso tree. Oh my god.
Early Ginso is powerful once again. Bash is going to, with that skill set, I think that's just going to go ahead and unlock the seed. They just need one more Sunstone Shard now, right? Team Skillless, and they are all ready to go and finish up. Yeah,
that's pretty significant, especially because the Stomp tree and all the left side trees are open to them with Bash. So it's extremely likely that you can just check the, basically treat it as almost go mode and just go to the trees, check extremely convenient pickups, and one of them is highly likely to be a Sunstone Shard. So,
and if it's not, then you're on the left side. There's dense areas over there. You can start being incredibly thorough with the skill set. Meldon's going to keep being thorough in this area, which is fine because it's a little bit annoying to get back to.
Yeah. Honestly, Meldon could just go up and complete Ginso right now, and ideally the timing works out so that Rory gets to the Bash tree at the time that Meldon's like finishing the escape. I think they're a bit too close to that, but like it still seems good to me.
They have the option here. That's certainly one option, but they also could have Meldon Alt-R head out, go somewhere else like the left side, start rushing a tree, while Rory heads up through the tree. Through the Ginso tree to see what else is up past it. And that looks like, if they're doing something like that, that is what they are opting for.
Yeah, they might also just be like treating this more like you might treat a solo race at this point, which is totally fair in that like it's very likely there's a Sunstone Shard on the left. If Rory does go past and finds like all of the Sunstone shards in Upper Ginso or something, it's gonna suck a lot for Meldon because he's gonna have to do the first half of the Ginso tree twice, and that's why generally like if you're gonna finish an area, you should probably do it with the first person who's there. But like they might just say no, we're not gonna do Upper Ginso because there's so much in Sorrow that could be Sunstone shards.
Absolutely. Oh, we found the 5th water vein shard.
Oh, and Team Skillless is in go mode.
There we go. Yeah, so we found some good stuff. Team City Escape on the bottom found their water vein shard that they were missing. It was in Spider Sack area. Another one was in that area. And yeah, Team Skillless on the top found their last Sunstone shard at the Drainful XP, and they are in full rush. They have all the skills they need. They have all the shards they need. Just go get those trees.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, at this point, it's just an execution race, but Meldon and Rory have a pretty significant lead in it. Trojan and Cutie still need to, like, consolidate. Oh my god. There's another Sunstone shard on Stomp, so.
Oh my goodness. Alright. See how it is, Seed. Depending on how many Sunstone shards Rory has at the moment as well, he might not even need to go through Drainless. Like, he could just, like, do Swamp entry and then get the Sunstone shard that's on the tree.
That's true, yeah, he could. I think actually going the lower route might still be faster off the Grotto TP, even without charge jump, but I don't know.
Okay, he's just gonna head left, actually. He knows the shards are over there. I can get them later. Let's go left first.
I mean, heck,
Sure.
with the way the rest of the seed went, charge jump's gonna be on the charge jump tree, and the other Sunstone shard's gonna be in Misty.
It's true. It's true. And this is just going to be unfortunate for Trojan and Cutie at this point. They're just going to start falling further and further behind until one of them heads to the Ginso tree. And even then, like, they're still going to keep falling and falling until they find a Sunstone shard.
And it's a totally reasonable play to send somebody up through Ginso, so I wouldn't even be surprised if they were to just, you know, do that once they get up to Bash, because they probably won't have finished their Sunstone at that time. So if there's anything I'd like, kind of the seeming outcome of this race right now too, it's the miss of the Iceless plant hurt a lot, because that would have been a much earlier water vein for them. And
there was also, if I remember correctly, a water vein shard in the top plant and left grotto, which Team City Escape missed, that Team Skillless found. So that is also a similarly unfortunate miss.
Yeah, and then also like they spent some time checking kind of less efficient pickups like Valley Entry and the Dash plant, which, you know, it's popular in doubles, but like they still do take a long time, and you know, Meldon and Rory did that too with the Dash plant, but we
saw an interesting strategy from Meldon real quick. He key duped in Spirit Caverns to retain some keystone. Or actually, if he only had 3, then he was getting enough to head up through this area to get to Valley Entry, since he didn't have the Grove teleporter. That's kind of funny. Oh,
apparently
my
the Sorrow teleporter is just hanging with Spirit Caverns, so he doesn't need those
what a
stuff
lucky
anymore.
Deck. Alright, so we just key duped and then we're gonna teleport anyway. Who cares?
Rory didn't go to charge jump yet. It's faster to just go to Spirit Caverns and get the teleporter than it is to go up there.
If Rory, especially if Rory has this, if like, I don't exactly know what Rory's early game looked like, but if he has that door open and the Grove TP, then like that's the fastest thing ever. But he might not have that, to be honest. With how this early game shaped up, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, so good news for City Escape here is Trojandude is entering the Ginso tree, and the first pickup in the Ginso tree is Dash. So they will have it soon. But the potential downfall for them is that going up through the Ginso tree seems very likely. And that is unlikely to lead to a Sunstone shard now, as we know, because 2 of them were found just like on the path to Swamp.
The other thing here is that Cutieroo checked a couple of the pickups on the lower route to Swamp, but didn't progress far enough to find that Sunstone shard we know is at the Drainless cell. So even if they do decide to send someone to Swamp, they actually might not send someone on the lower route. I mean, we know there's a Sunstone shard on the Stomp tree, but that's still a little bit unfortunate. There's Bash for Trojan.
I think Rue has found all 5 water vein shards now, actually. Pretty sure she picked them all up.
Just by accident. You got
5/3 of a water vein. Like, you can enter the Ginso tree 1 2/3 times.
Yeah, you can almost get in there twice. That's pretty sick.
Not quite.
Rory checks one pickup on the bottom of Valley just like for the heck of it. As he's going down to rocket jump, he gets a, completes his team's Goomon seal with that. So it's kind of funny.
I didn't see it was a Goomon seal shard. That's good. Full keys. And quad jump.
What?
Hello.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a convenient pickup, so it makes sense to just, like, kind of do it, but it's just funny. Like, everything is still some kind of unique pickup, not just experience.
Getting a little bit lucky. I mean, that's kind of the charge dash efficiency as well. That's kind of the reason that you do these really, really fast checks, even when in go mode for pickups like this. Health cells are always nice as well. Like, they're so inconsequential time-wise that it's basically worth doing. And that's kind of why now you have quad jump. You're more comfortable in the final escape.
Yeah, that's right. Rory might have been just looking for keystones as well, because he has to dupe several times here. He only had one, so he's gonna dupe again.
Here's the thing, though, is Rory needs to remember that he'll need more keystones for Swamp. I think he's good. Yeah. He remembered to dupe an extra time to be able to put 2 keystones into the Stomp door, because he has not been to Swamp yet. And here, hold on, we do see Trojan is heading up through the Ginso tree and charge jumps there. Not going to help them out a whole lot in this race, but...
Oh my god, there's climb. Is Grenade the next pickup?
Okay, if it is, I'm going to freak out. That would be one of the most ridiculous things I've seen.
Just give him Grenade and then the Sunstone Shard. Oh, it's a health cell. We had a good spree going there for a while.
Find a Sunstone Shard. There's one right at the Stomp tree. The Valley TP.
Oh, well, that's decent.
That means they won't find the Sorrow TP, like, ever.
Now, the kind of rough thing here for Trojan and Root... Okay, Trojan's going to ditch there, which is, I think, a good decision. Because he would have had to dupe if he wanted to, be safe on keys after opening that door. And it is quite the time investment to,
already had this
finish Ginso.
I guess they must have found that earlier and we missed it. But yeah, I agree with you for sure. And Trojan's going to go ahead and head left right now. Which I suppose is justifiable, but doesn't mean he's not going to find those Sunstone Shards on the path to Stomp.
I mean, the good news for him is this could just be a tree rush. Like, it's easy for Trojan to get C-Jump and then finds a warmth return. Nice. And then right after, he gets C-Jump, he could just do Misty, and Rue could potentially do the Stomp Tree in that time. So, like, they could just be treating this as, like, go mode action. But the problem for them is that despite finding C-Jump, Rory and Meldon have been in an effective go mode for, like, 7 minutes now.
Oh, yeah.
And Meldon's already going to Horror.
Yeah, that C-Jump and climb, and even if they had found Grenade for the Grenade jumps, was not going to help them nearly enough. At this point, it's going to take, like, significant trouble from Team Skillless in the final escape that I strongly don't think they're going to have based on knowing these two players and their skill levels. But it would take a lot of trouble from them for Team City Escape to even have a chance in this race at this point. They still don't have their full Sunstone yet.
Okay, this is a pretty crazy play from City Escape. Rue is continuing in Ginso, despite the fact that Trojan already went all the way up and left at the door. So if the worst case scenario is that she finds a Sunstone Shard up here, and then Trojan starts doing the entire Ginso tree again to get it before they find out about the one on the Stomp tree. This is like the scary thing, about having the second person continue further. Is that, like, you open yourself up to these god-awful revisits.
There's, like, this dichotomy of you want to be incredibly thorough to find the shards where you don't know they are, but then, like, you need to make sure that you're heading towards the trees because, in this case, there's Sunstone Shards right on the path. There's one on the tree, so you want to be heading towards those in case they're there, so you don't have to do those long revisits, just like you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I do think finishing Ginso while looking for your last shard and using that to get to Stomp is pretty reasonable, but I think it's better if the first person does it. Anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Trojan is exploring Sorrow, and you know, makes sense as well. This is like super dense, so like the first person on the left side can likely find a shard here, but there's only one shard left in the world to find, and two of them are just on the way to the Stomp Tree.
Yep. In the meantime, Meldon on the top right has made it all the way through the escape, and he is in fact already done. Just has to hold right through a final cutscene here, and his timer will be stopped soon. Rory in the top left is starting the final escape. He should be done soon. All things going well. And that is going to mean Skillless is going to take this race 99%.
Yep, that's right. Off the back of the Iceless plant and maybe one decision here or there. I want to see what Rue finds in the Ginso escape, because, I mean, like, she's going to go to the Stomp Tree right after, though, so I feel like Trojan will be able to avoid Ginso, yeah.
I bet you that grenade is at the end of the Ginso escape.
Oh, man.
And Mega Energy.
Alright, Trojans finished the Gumon seals. There were shards in Left Sorrow, not the ones we wanted.
Orange shards. Alright, there we go. Rory has also pulled off his fish strats and is all done with the final escape. Had no trouble with it whatsoever. And he just has to hold right now before his timer will stop.
Yeah, imagine they got to feel pretty good about that. You know, finishing up pretty close together. Oh, wait a sec, I'm going crazy. I was like, Rory failed his grenade jump. Nobody can grenade jump in this scene. Oh, jeez. Lose that shit.
We don't have they don't have any of the pieces to grenade jump.
They were so far away from it. All right, Rue's almost at Stomp and should get it by the time that Trojan is done watching this slow feather cutscene. And then that'll be good, because it'll be go mode for Trojan. He won't have to worry about going deeper into Misty, because that is the full Sunstone now for Team City Escape between the two of them.
But it is not going to be enough. Team Skillless is going to take this race.
Yeah. That's kind of, you know, how it'll go sometimes. It's like, you get into go mode, and you're like, yes, alright, let's go, and your opponent's just like, they're done. Right then, you're just like, ah!
So with this victory, that is just the first game of a best of 3 between these two teams. So no one is out of the tournament yet, but Skillless is now up 1-0. Just needs to win one of the remaining 2 races between these two in order to advance. Whereas Team City Escape will have to win 2 in a row if they want to go ahead in the brackets.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, Rando being what it is, like, those best of 3s are just to, you know, give you a chance for, like, you know, for getting the Iceless plant, for example, was just such a big deal in this seed, and that doesn't happen, then could have been a very different race, because Trojan would have had the first water vein, and that would have been interesting to see.
Would have been a very different race for sure.
So it is just pure execution now for Trojan and Rue to finish up. Rue, I think, just going to pick up the last Sunstone shard, yeah, which is over here. So that is her full Sunstone. And then she has to do the left side, I think, off of the Sorrow TP.
I'm pretty sure she has everything else already, so it's just those 3 trees: glide, climb, and charge jump for her.
Alright, do you think Trojan is just gonna, on a whim, check this Dreamless cell?
I mean, it looks like it. He
is! Oh my god.
He's even gonna swim in, even though he has charge jump.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Well, I'm sure you got a laugh out of that at least. It's like, oh my gosh, there's another one here. No wonder there was nothing in Ginso.
No wonder my opponents are already done.
Alright, for the rest of this race, I just want to see some, like, you know, kind of random, like, single extra check that just unearths the 5th Sunstone shard. I doubt it'll happen, but I'm hoping for it.
I mean, all the ones that are super on the way we've already seen, right? I
Yeah.
don't know where else it could be. Buried in Forlorn, that's my guess.
Yeah, probably. I was actually kind of surprised that there wasn't one in the Genzo escape. I was getting that feeling. I suppose they could attract to each other. Maybe the last one's in the swamp water. There was 2 in there. Why not a 3rd one?
Alright, Trojan is, if I'm not mistaken, all done with his trees. He just needs to head to the final escape and complete it. Ryu still has 2 to go, glide and climb. He'll be heading down from Sorrow to do so.
Yep, this is a good way to go about it. Just, dropping out the top here is really nice. Just go straight down and stomp on the rocks immediately. You don't have to worry about kill planes or any of that.
I just thought of another thing that could potentially be faster in Randomizer, but I won't mention it right now because I'm going to go time it first later.
Oh, secret strats, I see how it is.
Aha.
Okay, so knowing Trojan, he's going to check the experience at the bottom right of horror. What do you think it's going to be?
Exactly 371 experience.
All right. I only half believe this, but I think
Going
it's
for the
gonna be
long shot
grenade.
call. Oh, he's not going to check it. No.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes! Yay! What do we got? Just a health cell. Dang.
Man, it would be sick if they didn't already have clean water and a million skills, and that health cell actually mattered for the final escape.
Alas. Alright, Trojan is now starting his final escape. He'll be able to clean this up in no time with a very comfortable skill set. Cutie's just got to do Misty, and then her final escape as well.
Yep. Won't be long now. Trojan just tearing this up. When you have so much energy in Rando for these final escapes, I think they even have charge dash efficiency. You can just spam charge dashes through these rooms and go flying like here goes Trojan over the top.
Don't even need to cancel them. You can save those couple frames.
Yeah, that's right. Live the easy life. There is no grenade jump, so it'll be fish strats for Trojan. He's gonna rock jump up. Very nice.
Quick bonk on the ceiling, and he is done with his run. Just the final cutscene in the way. QD has made it all the way to the climb tree. He's all done with trees now.
Just the final escape for her, and she has all the same skills I believe that Trojan does. So we'll be she'll be able to just rip through that final escape as well. So game 2 of this match is already scheduled, actually. It's going to be a Wednesday at the same time, 9 Eastern for the start, so might get decided there by Team Skillless, but City Escape will be looking to not let that happen and push it to game 3, which is always fun. We love the game 3s.
Way more exciting that way. That's for sure. Although I'm pretty sure Skillless definitely doesn't want to see a game 3. That's obvious. And before this race, I don't think Team City Escape would have really liked to see a game 3, but that's going to be unavoidable for them for now, right now, if they want to win.
Yeah, that's right. Trojan's final time there, 48:16. So Rue probably will be just above 50 minutes as long as this door warp doesn't go too poorly. And they'll pull in a sub 50 average, which is pretty respectable. I'm sorry.
Come on, Rue. Take energy. You can do the door warp.
What we've seen sometimes is people just get kind of wrecked by this door warp for a while, and they'll just be like, okay, whatever, and save drop.
I just noticed that Cutieroo is playing on save file 50. It's an interesting choice.
Hey, as long
There
as
we
it's in the
go.
middle of the screen. Yeah, alright, we're in there. Waiting for the room to load, that's what that's about. Well, that's a cool way of charge jumping up to the top. I've never seen somebody go over to the right before.
Huh. I might start using that.
I mean, it's like way slower than double jumping.
I
But,
mean, if you
know,
don't have double jump or wall jump or climb, then you can still. It's not that
it's
bad.
cooler though. That's what it's
Yeah.
about, right?
Swag strats.
Who needs to like save a second when you can look that cool? Oh, okay. Well,
Hello.
we really took a
user.
lava pillar there, but it's all right. Has just enough energy left. Actually, I think Brew also has charge dash efficiency. I'm pretty sure everybody got it. So we'll have. Well, actually, I'm not sure, but there's definitely enough energy for a rocket jump either way. And she's going to be getting this fish out of the water, using it to rocket jump. Oh
Ooh.
boy.
Dear. Is that a trash bash?
Oh gosh,
Oh,
it's,
no.
it's in the
The
fire.
fire.
Oh,
dear.
good
Oh,
goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
there's a
Kuro.
bird. Run.
please. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh, she dashed into the fire. Still alive. Just a couple bashes. Just a couple. There it is. All good. All safe. We will be finishing up momentarily.
Oh, that was exciting right at the end. The blood pumping. She didn't even take the health cell that was in the experience at the bottom of Horu there. She didn't need it. She knew. She had enough health.
Think we're gonna see any Naru hops?
You know, I usually say yes, but some people aren't Naru hoppers. Some people just like to hold right and finish the seed a couple frames faster. I feel like Rue's gonna Naru hop though.
We're gonna create a divide in the community now. The Naru hoppers versus everybody else.
I'm not a hopper, Shed. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, Sigma. You think you know a guy?
Alright, let's see. I think there's gonna be some hops.
Nope.
No hops yet.
Rue is not a hopper.
Rue might not be a hopper. Alright.
There's the finish. 52 flat. And as we said, just to repeat, Team Skillless is going to take game one. This is not the end of this match. No one is out of the tournament yet. It's just that Team City Escape has to win 2 in a row now, and if they want to advance, whereas Team Skillless only has 1 more to go. No interviews after this one because, of course, the match is not over yet. So that is going to do it for us tonight in the Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer tournament. We mentioned before, the next game of this match will be played on Wednesday at 9 Eastern. But we have the next race for us in the tournament as a whole is going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's a singles match between Brynhold and Wilson. Both games 1 and 2 of their best of 3 match will be played tomorrow. Until next time, I've been commentating as Shed. I've been joined by Sigma. We've had Oshi and Poogle in the truck helping us out, and Richard on the restream. Thank you very much to them.
Yeah, thanks everybody for the support, and thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. We always appreciate having people drop by, so see you next time. Peace.